Well, simmering racial tensions have come to a head today in Jena, Louisiana. Thousands of people have been gathering there to protest what many blacks in that town call two systems of justice, one for blacks, one for whites. The issue's been drawing attention from across the nation, especially among black bloggers.
By the time the Jena 6 story came around, there was a group of probably 80, 90 bloggers who emailed one another daily.
Well, Eugene Robinson is a columnist with the Washington Post. Thanks for joining us, Eugene. And a lot of people were surprised to hear of the power of these black bloggers who basically police the stories that are out there that affect African Americans and then, in their words, spread the word.
Right. It was, it kind of started with the bloggers and then moved very quickly into black-oriented radio. Radio host Michael Baisden, for example, devoted entire shows to the Jena 6. It got picked up by the Tom Joyner morning show. It got picked up by Al Sharpton and his show, and by Steve Harvey in the morning. And so these kind of alternative routes really mobilized the community in a really interesting way.
Well, it's been quite a turnout. No word yet on exactly how many people have shown up, but I've heard as many as 60,000. That was one of the larger numbers that I've been hearing. But what do you think of the comparison to Selma? We're hearing Reverend Jesse Jackson and others say that this could be this generation's Selma.
Well, it's always hard to compare over a span of more than 40 years. Obviously, there are some similarities. There are a lot of differences. We don't live in the 1960s anymore. This is a different country in many ways. I think what has galvanized so many people around the Jena episode is that it almost does seem to be a kind of throwback in a way. I mean, we hoped the country was beyond a point where you would actually have a locality where it appears you have two systems of justice, one for blacks and one for whites, and a reminder of again, it seems to be a rather extreme case, but such a stark reminder of the fact that the country still has a ways to go, really seems to have touched a nerve in a way that few recent incidents have. And I just find it fascinating that a crowd that large has assembled. There were buses going down.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
From Richmond, from Washington, from everywhere.